Welcome to the end zone. Let's move the chains. The rumors are coming out that Deshaun Watson wants out of Houston. I made a video a couple days ago about how, Houston really has one guy they need to please on this whole roster. And Deshaun Watson, recently, he did it on Twitter, and now it looks like he's talking about getting traded. He's not happy with the Houston Texans organization and the way that they are headed. And this is bad news if you are Houston, but you got to look at this both ways. If a trade actually happens, where could Deshaun Watson go, and what could happen for the Houston? So I think that the draft is going to play a huge role in this, because if Deshaun Watson in fact gets traded, it will definitely be to a team that needs a quarterback, so that the Texans can then get a quarterback, because you better believe A.J. McCarron is not going to be the quarterback of the future for the Houston Texans. They're immediately going to need another franchise guy, and already talk about just such a huge rebuild that this is going to be if Deshaun Watson in fact leaves the Houston Texans and has to get traded, because you can't keep him on the roster if he's really that unhappy. We saw DeAndre Hopkins already had to get traded, and not really because the Houston Texans wanted to trade him, but because he was unhappy at the Texans. And it seems like, if you can't keep your two best players, then you got to think that other players on the roster are not happy with the organization, and this is just bad news. So where could Deshaun Watson land? So there are a lot of teams. Any team really picking ahead of Houston? First team that comes to mind, New York Jets. If the Houston Texans were to get that number 2 pick for Deshaun Watson, I think that could be a huge trade, and we've seen crazy trades in the NFL draft. That's the first one that comes to mind, and maybe the Texans go with another team, but I think that if you're the Houston Texans and you're having to trade Deshaun Watson, you really have to take advantage of that, because he is a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion, in the National Football League. He's a playmaker who's just so dynamic, and he can really, as we have seen, put a team on his back to get to the playoffs. And this is bad news if you're a Texans fan. Maybe good news if you're a team that's looking for a quarterback that has the ability to trade. I'd love to know your opinions down below. Where could Deshaun Watson end up if, in fact, he does get traded? And if the Texans trade up, who do you think they will trade up with, and who do you think they will draft to be their quarterback of the future? Thanks for watching the End Zone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment so we can move the chains.